Hi, my name is Kosalai Mathan. I am presently serving as the head of the Department of Law, University of Jaffna. So, since there are talks about the election and what election to be held in first place, it's good for us to have some discussion relating to election in Sri Lanka. Actually, in a democratic state, election is an important tool to elect the representatives by the people for the betterment of the people. But in Sri Lanka, we had elections for a long time, and sometimes we had periodical elections and sometimes not. But when we speak of the Tamils and their hope for election, I think that Tamils have no much trust or hope relating to elections because their issues remain unaddressed for a long time. They had some concerns like the form of government in a federal way, the no discrimination, and these are some concerns the Tamils had for a long time. And in the aftermath of war, Tamils experienced some new issues like the issues of the women-headed households, the justice for the victims of enforced disappearance, the violence on the ground of religion. So these are the issues of the Tamils, and no one in the position is working hard to address these issues of the Tamils. So therefore, for a long period of time, Tamils do not express any interest over elections. And over the proposed presidential election, I don't think that the Tamils have a huge hope or expectations from the president to be. But also in the Tamil sphere, there are discussions on the possibility of having a common candidate to tell to the international community in clear terms that the Tamils have a different concern and they have a different stand. But the Tamil community is divided in this aspect. They haven't come to a clear decision as to whether to have a common candidate or not. And there are criticisms on those who propose this common candidate, saying that they are trying to favor the government. And also there are Tamil nationalists who also advocate for the common candidacy. So we have to wait and see whether they arrive at a final decision with regard to common candidacy. And also there is a frustration with regard to the postponement of the local government elections and also the provincial council elections. So the election culture of Sri Lanka is not very productive and not very healthy, and because of that the people are not having any much interest on elections. So whatever it is, the government has a lot of responsibility on its shoulders, that is to address the long waited or the long term concerns of the Tamils, that is a power sharing mechanism as they demand. And also government has the responsibility to ensure no discrimination on any ground whatsoever. And also even the provincial council system that is a part of the constitution was not implemented effectively, and some of the reasons for the non-effective implementation of the 13th Amendment is the interference from the executive in different forms. So these are the issues of the Tamils, and whoever be the president of Sri Lanka for the next 5 years and whoever would be elected as the representatives of the people, all of these have the responsibility to work for the betterment of the country as a whole, with special focus to the problems and the unaddressed concerns of the Tamils. And I also think that in the country like Sri Lanka, the majority community also to be made understood of the problems of the Tamils and the need for a solution through constitution and other legal means. So we all have to get together to work for the betterment of the country. That's how we can sustain the people in Sri Lanka. Because of the economic crisis and other reasons, people have the idea of migrating to other country, and there are several issues we face as of now in this country. So it is the responsibility of all of us to work together and build the nation and make sure that everyone in this country is enjoying their rights and entitlements.